Affirmations of a real bitch. You on your shit. You the one. Ain't nobody fucking with. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Somebody hype me up. Wholeness. Infinite waters flowing through you on point. This is Tarot on decks. And I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. Welcome. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Your time is such a precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know I appreciate you, and I hope I'm saying something that helps. Did I say my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance? And we're about to get started in just a few moments here. You know I like to give 3 good shuffles before I begin. That was good. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I wish to see us walk the highest path for the greater good. What is the most important message from my divine collective? What do you need to know most to walk the highest path for your greatest good? Wholeness family. Welcome. I'm so excited. I hope you're having a powerful morning. Healing has been showing up a lot. Like, I'm one thing I noticed primarily about this card is that there's this light. You know, like, you know how you visualize a white light and you see this chi energy around you that kind of looks like glitter or gold in the air, and you just breathe in. I see you like really, really focused on healing. I see your healing journey going well. Yeah. I see your healing journey going very fucking well. Like, it's like, first of all, what I want to say is like, it won't happen because you focus on money. For some of y'all, it didn't happen because you focused on money. For others of you, it's not going to happen because you focus on the money. The money is going to be a byproduct of you healing. So you healing your money issues, you healing your lack mindset, you healing your slave mindset, you healing your codependency, those types of things. That's what's going to lead to this fortune that you're coming to. For this is a message for somebody who needs to know that if you just focus on the money will come, but it'll be difficult for you to hold on to it. But if you focus on the healing, it's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. So you can put everything you want to put in this fucking bucket. Until you fix the fucking bucket, it's not going to be able to hold on to nothing that you put in it. You want it to be able to hold on to material resources, money and finances. But it's a hole in the bucket, Liza. You got to fix the hole in the bucket before you could put anything in it. Well, fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, fix it. Knowledge. And so focusing on your healing, attaining knowledge, application of that knowledge is what's going to heal you from this disease that's not physical, mental, emotional disease, and lead you to this motherfucking money. I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. I like it because it's whole. It's holistic. It's not just, oh, let's get this money. Oh, we great. We got this money. Let's grind. You got counting up this paper with that toxic shit to it. It's the principle, Smokey. It's the principle. It's not that toxic ass money getting. It's money that's whole. There's healing to it. There's generational wealth that can come from this because there's an understanding that more than just the money will pass down, but a way of life is this type of energy. It's the motherfucking principle. They play with your money. They play with your money. Siblings energy is out here. So, like, more than just realizing that, like, your money blockages could be a physical thing, like maybe needing to make more money or needing a better job or needing more education, whatever it is, you got to recognize and realize that it's some mental shit going on, some emotional shit going on, some spiritual shit going on, and that shit need healing. And when you fix the vessel, When you fix the whole vessel, then that money gonna be a byproduct. In my experience of very, very wealthy and successful people, the money is a byproduct of them doing and being who they are. Pisces energy is out here with insecurities. And there's this energy for the people who I'm talking to about you understanding who you are. Piscean energy is almost like mysterious, almost like water like ether. Like if you look into the water deep, like a monster fish, that fish with the light on it. Piscean energy is just like that. But when you embrace your mysteriousness, your unique, that type of energy, then you'll be able to manifest and materialize this abundance that you seek. But it's like, because your uniqueness, like being apart, being from the abyss rather than being from land, is what they showing me, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're from a different space, and you, instead of trying to fit into a place that you was never born into, being who you are, then that's what's going to help you to attract the abundance, not just money, but the lifestyle that's going to bring you the most fulfillment. I like this. I like this. I like this, because you're healing disease, and you healing not just your physical body, like as if you see, you healing mental and emotional and spiritual ailments that are affecting and infecting your finances and stability. It's wholeness, like holistic. That's what I'm tapped into. Not just go and get money, and expecting money to be a band-aid, but healing your financial blockages, healing your emotional blockages, healing your mental blockages, so that you can manifest and materialize abundance no matter where you are, no matter what happens. I'm talking about from nothing. It's a byproduct, right? Money, stability, security becomes then a byproduct of just who you are every day. You get up, you grind, you consistent, you determined, you have a high frequency, you keep your thoughts right, you grateful, you have a positive attitude. Oh, money is a byproduct of that. If somebody gonna want to come pay you, I'm telling you, hey man, come work for me. Hey man, you should do people gonna want to pay you. That's what I'm tapped into, impersonation. But at the end of the day, at this point in time, you might not be in who you really are. You might be in a broken aspect of yourself, and your spirit team is inviting you into healing holistically, applying the knowledge that you will retrieve in this healing session, so that money can be a byproduct to who you are. Wholeness. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. A feeling good Friday, so to say. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is such a precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up on this daily check-in. Let's see what the most important messages are at this time over the next 24 hours. It's the principle, Smokey. They play with your money, go stupid. People say, it was this freestyle I heard one time. The guy was like, I was cheering for Big Word. Cause to Shoe Craig, they play with your money, go stupid. Like, what? Hey, Craig, I ain't have nothing to do with it. Like, Craig, shoot smoke. 636 angel number, 936 angel number, 369 the goose strength line. Lord have mercy. Mental health is the first card out. It's a lot in the energy, especially over the next 24 hours. Let me just, excuse me. Yeah, see? Now, it's a lot in the next 24 hours about mental, like health, about healing, about identifying dis-ease in your mind, emotional body, and then correcting that with the information you have retrieved. Mental health. Deja vu. Some of you people try to diagnose your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. Now, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. And so do what your doctor told you to do, because I don't got nothing to do with that, right? But for some of you, you've always thought whatever you had, but really you be tapped into different dimensions. And what they're giving you is only numbing, or like, I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's just like, it's like numbing the spiritual gift that you have. And at times, because you can't really properly express this spirit that might ride you or mount you, it's like difficult. Mental health, deja vu, and pretending to be a good person. when mental health came out, I thought immediately about the first card out in the last spread being healing. So there's something about you coming into the awareness of the difference between your physical body, which could be like a mental health issue, and your spiritual body. And I'm talking to somebody who was learning how to tap into their spiritual body, meaning ancestor gifts, as I'm saying it. Like, you're starting to pay attention to your deja vu or whatever other things happen that could be supernatural and difficult to explain, which may give a doctor or some other medical practitioner a reason to say, "Oh, this is what you're suffering with. Oh, this is what you're suffering with." But you're starting to see the connections, right? Step back long enough and remain silent long enough to see the connection, to recognize that you have gifts, that there are spirits, benevolent spirits trying to communicate with you. Beautiful chaos. These benevolent spirits that's trying to communicate with you are helping you put the pieces together. When I first like shit, I thought I was just overthinking. I thought I had an active imagination. Back in the days they used to tell you, Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. We used to use our imagination, and so I just thought I had an active imagination, and I would like visualize. I remember this lady for real specifically at my grandmother's church. Her name was Miss Freeman. And she was over the Sunday school. And when I would sit next to her in church, or maybe if she would pass by, still to this day, if I think of her or I visualize her, it just like her energy field is so open and easy to read. And I just thought I was imagining, oh, this is how she eats breakfast. Oh, this is her kitchen table. Like I would see all of these details into this lady's life, right? And I just thought, I'm bored at church. I'm making up stories in my mind like I do with my baby doll. Come to find out, when I got older, and it would happen at school with a random classmate or with a teacher, I thought, this is crazy. I don't want this to happen at this time. And then that's when I started to like dabble into drugs and drinking and like that type of lifestyle, because I was trying to numb it. And that's how this feels. That's how this feels to me. You are made of stardust, and there are aspects of yourselves, meaning versions of you from different lives and from different incarnations, that are showing up in this body. And a lot of what you're doing is trying to numb this thing, but it just makes the spirit of your gift kind of try to push through more. That'll make you feel like you're tripping. So your most powerful path forward is to ground. If you see me all the time, I'm getting grounded. You see me smoking weed because it's grounding, because I go way off in the fucking universe, and then I start talking about robots and binary codes and angels and shit, and it gets way too like almost like technical would be a term. So first, grounding is your most powerful tool, and then recognizing and realizing that there are things happening outside of the visual spectrum, like the red and blue spectrum that they give you of light. You know what I mean? There are literally things happening right now, this close in your face, outside of the spectrum. If you could see what was happening, the spirits that are trying to affect you, you know what I mean? You would be petrified, and God knew that you would be petrified. So God gave you only the light spectrum, and this is all you need to see. That's all you need to see. I got the rest of it. That's what God said, right? You're tapped into deeper elements of it, and that's going to be your most powerful tool, to understand this as much as you can, to retrieve knowledge on this as much as you can, and to understand that this spirit is not meaning you harm. It's trying to help you. 777 angel number. So like you might see certain symbols, like maybe you see monkeys like all through your life though, like these monkeys that do this, what, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Like you see those monkeys, or you see that symbology all your life. Maybe you always see lions, or you always see elephants. Whatever this symbol is, the eye that's on this card, right? Maybe you always see that. You know what I mean? Something like that. It's something like that no matter what. Maybe mice, whatever it is, you always this like what do they call it in like Native American traditions? They have those totems. Like this totem that have followed you all your life is an indication of your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. You might feel overwhelmed because a lot of that overwhelm is coming from you trying to push down and deny the messages that are coming from a spiritual place. Like when God is calling you, you can ignore the ring, but you can't make it stop. I ain't have a choice. I don't think I had a choice. She said, glad you listen to your guys in our society. Man, I've never been normal. Even when I tried. And then when I try to be normal, it's so awkward. Like I would rather be awkward, my naturally awkward self, than to try to be normal. Because me trying to be normal is way worse. It's like, bro. like walking in heels. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, why are we doing this again? We trying to look pretty. Girl, fuck this. That's always been my goal, right? Like, you want me to torture myself to look pretty? That seems stupid. Ever grateful, ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift, baby. If I can help it, I promise. I ain't gonna lie though. Can I say something? If I can help it, like likely, if I could go back and say, okay, God, don't give me my gifts, just make me a nurse or something. I probably would. I ain't gonna lie. It's difficult. It's not the easiest thing all the time, but whatever. I love it. We make the best of it. It's not easy being different. Y'all don't make it easy at all. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Oh, you not the same as everybody else? Oh, you different? Witch! Evil! Like this mother. Ah! What did I do? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. She's tampering in dark-sided stuff. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up on this daily check-in. 3 of Cups energy is out here with secrets. I won't tell your secrets. I hear angel frequencies. Beep. Your secrets are safe with me. I can't sing today for some reason. Stay with me. I will keep. Girl. Now, just with these 3 cards, I can't tell if it's about romance or the moon card. That's mommy issues, but it's also subconscious and secrets too. So this with these 3 cards, I can see that it could have something to do with either a third party situation where it's definitely 3 people involved, right? But it's like, is it romantic or not? I guess is what I'm a little bit wondering. But it's heavy on a group of people that's like something behind your back. Knowing something, maybe something about you. The moon card is very powerful. The moon card is like a counterpart to the earth, right? They know something about your gifts, talents, and abilities, maybe subconscious programming or spiritual gifts or something like that. But it could also be like people keeping secrets behind your back that they know would affect your emotions. That's how this feels. Y'all double tap that screen. King of Cups in reverse. Now I don't, right? 4 of Cups. But I feel like with this energy, right? Like it could be people like holding up somebody bullshit. Like they know this person full of shit. And they know this person playing in your energy. And this could be like leaving spiritually transmitted disease. Like they know where all this anger coming from. They know where all this doubt coming from. They know where all this frustration coming from. And you might not be able to put your finger on it, but they keeping a secret holding up this person bullshit. But at the end of the day, the problem is, the root problem is 4 Cups. Man, your spirit telling you don't really want that shit anyway, right? Your spirit telling you why is this? Why are you even involving in? Why are you involving yourself in this? Right? It's causing more problems. It's costing you more than it's adding to you. Why are you even involving yourselves in this? Secrets energy is out here with the moon card. So innately, you can sense the deception. That's what's on this board. Like, really, we can talk about a third party situation and people holding secrets. That's them. That's somebody else's shit. That's not your necessarily most important message. The most important message for you is, why are you not listening to your intuition? Moon card energy with this King of Cups in reverse. In regards to, like, a person could be a good person. I know my mouth started watering. A person could be a good person. They could be handsome, attractive, beautiful. They could have a nice job, come from a good family, and still not be your person. And in your mind and your heart, you're like, why don't I want it? But I do want it, but why don't I want it? And your spirit knows. That's what's on this board, karmic masculine. Double tap that screen, leave me a like if I'm saying something that helps. Your spirit knows. You can skip the middleman. I'm talking to somebody that a lot of the bullshit, hey, I love you. A lot of the bullshit that you go through, you can fucking hop, skip, and jump smooth over that shit, but you go through it anyway. You get this motherfucking nudge. You get this like tingling in your body that like puts you away from some shit, but you like your eyes be captivated. You be captivated by the eye. Next thing you know, you getting strung the fuck along. And it don't have to look. Here come your consciousness with a knife to cut your ass loose. You know something. You don't have the receipts. Three of Cups energy is out here, right? First card out. You know something. You don't have the receipts, but why do you need them? When has your spirit team, when has your intuition led you wrong? You know something, but you don't have the receipts. Why do you need them? It could just be like, you know what? It's me. It's me. It's not you. I don't really want this. I don't really, I'm sensing something, and I don't really need to know the truth. Maybe one day it'll come out. Maybe it won't. But listen, I don't want to deal with this until I can feel a better sensation in regards to being with you or being around you. I don't want it. It's this type of energy. You can skip a lot of bullshit. Your spirit team wants you to start skipping the middleman. That's what this is. Four of Cups, you get the feeling in the beginning. It may take 4 years. It may take 5 years. You might have given somebody and exchange energy with somebody for 4, 5 years out your motherfucking life. You could have skipped that in the beginning because the first day your spirit showed you something and you ignored that. And from that first day, your spirit was showing you something and you kept ignoring it, kept ignoring it, kept ignoring it. And then now 4 years later, you say, oh yeah, this ain't it. The Emperor card energy is out here, right? Like 4 years later, you say, oh, okay, let me go ahead and listen to what my spirit team saying. Make it make sense. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Divination at the bottom of the deck. Moon card. Gift. Secrets. Bitch, you already be knowing. You already be knowing. You can know from 50 miles away. You can see that shit coming up the road. And you will stay there. In the Bible, it say, when a fool sees danger in the road, he will run straight into it. But when a wise man sees danger in the road, he will cross to the other side. It seems so simple, though. It could all be so simple. But you'd rather make it hard. The Bible say, they wrote it down in the Bible because I guess they knew we wasn't going to get it. When a fool see trouble coming, they stay on the same side of the road. But when a wise man see trouble coming, they cross the street. That's what that reading was. You see the trouble coming and be like, I don't know. What you do? Gear up or something? When you see the trouble coming, what you do? You gear up? You get ready? Because you could move out of the way. That's an option. You know. There's a whole song. She said, move, bitch. Get out the way. I know that. They do got a song. They do got a song. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Over the next 24 hours, let's see what emotions are riding high. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What are the high riding emotions? Thank you. Over the next 24 hours. Oh, my baby. Shayla, my Shayla. I'm just so proud. I love this. I really feel like good. Kudos. Like, y'all really focusing on, like, healing. And I wanted to say self, but, like, when you heal yourself, you heal everything that comes into contact with you. Like when you give yourself permission to shine, unconsciously and unintentionally, you give others permission to say that. So it's like a ripple effect, right? Like they tell you selfishness or self-centeredness as if it's something negatively. But when you raise your frequency, it has a ripple effect in the world and the environment around you because we're made of 80% water, right? We're resident beings. Doom. If I had another bowl that rang at that same frequency, every time I bang that bowl, the other bowl would ring too because it's resonant energy. It ripples. The sound waves ripple. And so that happens in us because we're 80% water and we're like hollow beings. And so when people have a certain frequency around us, it'll affect. And so you focusing on your healing, you focusing on your frequency with that like foresight, with the understanding of how, because you are raising your frequency and you're setting the tone, then you'll number one, be able to identify other people who are on your same same frequency. And rather than somebody being able to pull you down to their vibration, you can set a tone. Running energy is out here with the memories, right? Not running from the past, but like really remembering how certain behaviors affected your life, like what were the results, and then changing your behaviors, focusing on developing new modalities, focusing on where you're going, focusing on developing new modalities in order to manifest and materialize the life that you prefer at this time. There's a lot of intention in this energy. Be powerful on purpose. There's very much so on purpose. Like whereas before, it feels like there was not a lot of on purpose. It feels like it was just, going along to get along, going with the flow ass energy. But you're not going with the flow no more. You're moving with intention. Your direction is very intentional. Goodbye. And so you understand how just naturally, if you start walking in a certain direction, even if it's 50 miles up the road, if you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, you're going to get there. So there is change. And even though you're going through changes, you understand the outcome already, right? You know where you're going. Do you see where we going with this? Huh? What? Yeah, you know where you're going. Bad news energy is out here with secret accounts. Like, I feel like that's like, the people who've been gang stalking you, monitoring you, like preying on your downfall, not wanting to see you with sin, hating to see you be responsible, thinking that I think you got prison religion. Like thinking that your changes or thinking that what you're into now is just a mask to try to hide, all of your faults or whatever it is like that. This is bad news for those people. But how the fuck they even know? Because they watching you so much. Like, you're gonna find a lot of people who try to encourage you to quit at this time, right? Because nobody ever gave a fuck about what you was doing before. Nobody said anything to you really regularly on a regular basis. Now all of a sudden everybody's saying, well, maybe you ought to just do this regular thing. Maybe you ought to just get a job. When you was asking people before for a job, nobody wanted to help you and tell you when nobody was hiring. Now you doing this thing, you starting this business, you exercising or whatever it is, and all of a sudden they say, hey, I know something I could distract you with. Divine Feminine. This is bad news for a lot of people who wanted to try to create narratives around you not being a child of God. They called you a whole bunch of shit, but it was never, oh yeah, this is a child of God. And God is going to put their hand on their life. They never said that. They said a whole lot of shit. They never said, you know what, that's a child of God. And I have faith that God is going to put his hand on their life and make a change. But shit, oh. But shit, oh. But shit, oh. Baby, God put his hand on your life. That's been showing up a lot this week, since yesterday and today. They said God got involved. From Pulp Fiction. Remember that part of Samuel Jackson say, God got involved. That's how this feels. Because the Most High done put his hand on your life and really brought out the best in you. And there's a lot of purpose and intention. You see where you're going with this. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Be careful of the people who encourage you to quit or create conditions that make it easy for you to go back to the old you. Ooh, I don't see it happening though. I see the bitches out there getting mad or get disgruntled, a little irate, a little disgruntled, but they ain't stopping nothing. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Practically, you may be doing things this weekend like, decluttering or cleansing, doing a deep cleaning on your home. You could be going to, maybe you have a yoga class planned or a Reiki session. Maybe you're going to go get a massage or do some other type of self-care like nail or hair or something like that. That type of energy would really, really be beneficial for you. Maybe you're just going to do a facial at home, put your little eye mask on, your little lip mask, or you got your little hand things, the little things they put on their hand and let it sit to make their hands soft. It just feels like that type of energy. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in and turning up. I appreciate your time. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps y'all, double tap that screen and share the live so we can share this love. Paraffin wax. No, but paraffin wax works. It's like the ones you can order off Amazon. No, you bougie. Siobhan, okay, you go. Girl, I want to go. I'm talking about the little things they sell on Amazon, like. What? Don't judge me. I'm talking about the little things they sell on Amazon, like a little glove, girl. Got a little sticky wrap around your wrist like that. I guess it's like supposed to be paraffin wax. I want to be like you. How we not the same, huh? We ain't the same, huh? I'm talking about the little, what they is? Aquaphor. The little Aquaphor gloves you get on Amazon about $8.99. They come in a pack of 3. You put them on your head, sit down. Okay, boo. I want to go to the nail salon with you and get my paraffin wax. Okay. Huh? When we gonna go, Siobhan? Because, baby, I was talking about them little Aquaphor bullshit. Siobhan said paraffin wax. We go to the paraffin wax. She said, you told me to elevate, bitch. You done lay around there and you're on. You done lay around there and you're on. Goddamn it. I thought we was in a caravan. Could join the caravan. Siobhan in your own. She gone. Okay. She like running. Okay. I'm going to get my paraffin wax. Let me get in there and be like, $40. God damn, that's a lot of money. Don't have me in there like Chris Rock now. $40. Don't have me in there like, it's the principal, Smokey. No, I think I'm going to just do my little Aquaphor for right now. I might go get me a paraffin. My birthday coming up. Maybe for my birthday. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message from my divine collective? What do they need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? VR, virtual reality, mind games, alternate states of being, alternate states of consciousness. I'm a pimp in my own fucking mind. I'm a pimp in my own fucking mind. Yes, I'm. Because this to me feels like somebody said, you'd be like, oh, when was the last time you ate healthy? Or have you been, have you been eating a good diet? And somebody said, oh yeah, I eat Chinese food. I eat Chinese food all the time. We got all kind of vegetables. Like, bro, like you making this shit up in your head, right? Like, no, that's not what I meant. I meant like actual, like nutrient dense food that can add value to your body. Virtual reality. It's like somebody making something up in their mind. And it has a lot to do with like health conditions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I can have all these cats, and I got 9 cat boxes. And there's like a bacteria that lives in cat boxes or whatever like that. I'm fine. I don't have any parasites. Yeah, no way. My cats are clean. It's this type of energy. What is bruh, it's somebody that's projecting a false reality onto you. I remember when, I don't know if that's the best example to use. They talking about Samsung and well, not necessarily Samsung, but they talking about Android and the Apple systems, and how in the beginning, a lot of people was like, Apple is superior, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then now people are starting to kind of realize that Android has always had like more superior, like necessarily superior, but just like better features or more features, the ability to do more things with the device or whatever it is like that. Not that it doesn't have bugs or kinks, or like it's not as triple encrypted as Apple is, but like as far as features is concerned, Android has always been a person. It's like somebody has been making some shit up in their mind. Not only that, but they want to like project it onto you. That's how this feels. Like, oh no, everybody does it. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, we all do it. Like, but y'all doing it wrong, though. Is this type of energy, like, y'all, it might be 50 of y'all over there doing it, but that don't mean that's the right way to do it. That's how this feels to me. The gamer, playing motherfucking games. I'm a little bit apprehensive and nervous about this energy. It's definitely got something to do with people's lifestyle choices and how people will like project that lifestyle onto you, and how like sometimes calm energy is out here. It could look tempting, or it could look like a answer or relief to something that is ailing you or causing you some type of pain, but the motherfucking side effects. That's what's on this board. More than anything else, bro, you got to think about the motherfucking side effects. Because if the side effects aren't conducive to the results that you're seeking, meaning that, okay, this, for a little while, let's say this appeal that for a little while, it make you calm. But after that calm wear off, you feel very extreme emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, or whatever it is like that. Your emotions peak. Well, then this is not an effective tool then, because yes, it make you calm for 5 minutes, but after that 5 minutes, you go crazy. Is this type of energy. But this feels like lifestyle choices, right? Like playing the game all day. Because there are people who have, I don't even know how, but they have the luxury to be able to do that and be like, oh no, it's nothing. It's not toxic. It's not going to hurt me. Look at like a lifestyle choices with maybe, I'm not a judge, right? But it's just lifestyle choices. Be careful of how people will project that shit onto you, or how some people can exist in certain environments because they not being real with themselves. I'm a real boy. Right? They can exist in certain environments because they not being real with themselves, and it's important for you to like be aware of the side effects, because you might be looking at a person in the condition of when they taking whatever thing that they taking, whatever lifestyle choice that they making, but then you're not looking at the motherfucking side effects. That's what this looks like. Delete energy is out here. Backspace, delete. That's how this feels. There's also this energy that's kind of like coming through a lot that feels like about virtual reality. You know what I mean? Which makes me feel like this could have something to do with fraud. Also, with these cards coming up and this card, it makes me feel like those AI ads where they have like an old person selling a bunny rabbit or something like that. And it looks like the bunny can run and jump and hop and bark at your ass. But then when you get it, it's just some cheap ass plastic toy or something like that. It's like, be careful. Be careful of what it looks like on the outside. Be careful of what's being propagandized. Be careful of what's being sold and marketed to you as a viable option to add to health, but really it will only make you sicker. This is what I'm tapped into, because this feels like the energy of sorcerers, powers, and principalities, rulers of the age, the dark state, and this is what it's called, the deep state, and how they want you to be docile. This feels like a message that's coming from like spirit about the deep state and how they want you to be docile, how they want you to disconnect from your consciousness and do so willfully, right? And that's through whatever lifestyle choices that you make it. You decide to be never go anywhere. You want to be a cat lady. You decide to like take your autonomy out of your hand, give your autonomy away. You're no longer cooking for yourself. You're no longer cleaning for yourself or decorating your own house, right? Whatever these like naturally artistic things in growing in your garden, just letting somebody else do everything for you. Even like calm yourself, right? Because there are breathing techniques. There are all kind of things that you can do to calm yourself. You don't always got to run to the pharmacy to do so. And it's this type of energy. And like your spirit team is saying, is some of these pacifiers that you suck on. That's how this feels, right? Like adult pacifiers. It's some of these pacifiers that you suck on that you need to put down, because the deep state wants you to be docile. That's why they be doing all of that technological shit to my damn videos. I do be saying shit. Either way it go, the deep state wants you to be docile, and they want you to disconnect from your divine self. This is what I'm tapped into, and they will cause a problem in your life. Anxiety. Somebody's watching me. Is my anxiety, yeah. They will cause a problem in your life and then gonna feed you a solution that's meant to put you in a state of being that gives them power and control over you. It's a fucking revolving door. It's a revolving door, but it don't never get rid of the problems. There's a lot about like being intentional that's showing up today. There's a lot about not letting other people decide who you are, first of all, or where you're going. That's how this feels. A bunch of bullshit. A bag of bullshit, right? Like there's this kind of like God is imploring you, or spirit is imploring you to take your divinity back into your hands. It could be as simple as cooking for yourself. It could be as simple as going outside. It could be as simple as, rather than always buying and replacing, building something yourself. Really, really tapping into your identity as a creator, a generator, operator, destroyer, right? A God. You a real boy. You a real boy. You're not no fucking Pinocchio. You don't have no fucking chords, no strings, none of that shit. You have autonomy. Use it. Don't be giving it away. Get your ass outside. Go feel the heat. Stop having always being air conditioned climates. Go outside, feel the heat. Go outside, feel the snow. Feel the cold water. Feel the mountain air. Understand that you are a dynamic and powerful spiritual technology that's made to withstand all of that and adapt to all of that. But you in climate control conditions and won't let yourself be God. And anything that you want to do, you just order it. Instead of figuring out if you can create anything. You a creator too. That's what I'm tapped into. And go see the world. I don't even know if they let that be affordable anymore. But if you get a chance to go outside and put one foot in front of the other, walk to the park, walk down the street, get to know your neighbors again. It's like they taking away your godliness. You know, sucking your soul into these systems. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Yeah, these fucking reptilian motherfuckers. Big, strong skin, thick skin, claw foot, reptilian motherfuckers. Look how they just stepping on a little angel down there. Ain't that nothing? Thick skin, bitch. Ever grateful for the opportunity to give. I always hope I'm saying something that help. Oh, remember the fucking Lubriderm commercial? Mm-hmm. They've been around since then. And the baby was right there. And the Lubriderm commercial with the baby right there. We ain't gonna talk about that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helped. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so we can share this love. Let's get some messages for the collective over the next 24 hours. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. We call this a daily check-in. We do it every day. I hope I can see you another time. Not on the weekends usually. But yeah, through the week we do a daily check-in. What's going on, my Shantae? Shayla, my Shayla. L. Can I just call you L? L, is it LD? LD. I had an uncle named JD. ELLDEE. Guess I'ma call you LD. Huh? ELLDEE. No, you gotta be LD now. ELLDEE. Guess I'ma call you LD. Let me say that tomorrow. JAYDEE. Never grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Let's see if we get 3 good shuffles. 3 good shuffles. All right. What's the most important message? Thank you so much for the super thanks. What is the most important message for my divine collective? What do you need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good, bruh? Take off the mask. Like it feels like the energy of sorting through. Like I see somebody like thrifting is what it looks like to me in my mind. Because, you know, like sorting through all of the shit to find like the gem. Like, you know how you go thrift store shopping and you like, I know it's here. I don't know what it is, but I know it's here. Right? I'm treasure hunting, right? Like, you know, the thing about this is the treasure is you already have it. You think it is outside of yourself, but the treasure is you. And these masks that you're sifting through. None of them are right or none of them fit because it's like enhancing rather than trying to cover. Your most powerful path forward is to enhance who you are. Be authentic. The 10-90 ratio, right? Like, I think that there's this idea of perfection being projected onto you, really, when in your authentic state, you know what I mean? A lot of the things that you feel like you're missing, that's neither here nor there because nobody's perfect, but I feel like if you was to look at what you had instead of looking at what you didn't have, you will feel more, you know what I mean? Like that's the problem here. Because this card says the 10-90 ratio. So you have 90% of what would be deemed correct. whether it's successful or pretty or whatever this is for you, right? You have 90% of what would be deemed correct and 10% of something that could be considered incorrect or neutral, right? You more than halfway there. You closer than you ever been, but the only thing you can look at is what you don't have. And that's the problem. You don't see you. You especially don't see you the way God sees you. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. And I think the most powerful thing to know at this time is that you don't need to bring nothing with you. Like this has been showing up a lot. It's in you, not on you. You dealing with people who they have to wear it. They have to have the latest designer. They have to have they have to wear it, whatever it is, the jewelry. You get what I'm saying? For you it's authentic. It comes from within. So don't try to compete with that. You understand how if you try to compete with that, of course you're not going to seem comparable. But if you go off of what like the real deal, Holyfield was real, like intellectual property, emotional quotient. If you go off of these things that actually matter, talent, then they could be pretty. They can have all the designer shit. They can have the new bust down, the new lace front, the new Apple Watch. That shit ain't gonna beat your hard work and your motherfucking talent. Multiple streams energy is out here, right? So be your most authentic self. Cause this really feels like the idea of thinking that you have to cut on yourself. You know, like thinking that you gotta cut on yourself, thinking that you have to go under the knife, thinking that you have to afford some tremendous fee in order to be beautiful when God made you that naturally. This is what I'm tapped into. And I really want you to come into the awareness of the things. For some of you, it's things that you hold on to. Like you gotta have these shoes or you gotta have this, you know what I mean? And you have so many things that you gotta have that you don't have enough room for you. Your most powerful path forward is to take time to consider that it's not anything that you have that makes you great. And then anything that you have tangibly can be taken from you. It's the things that are in you. It's the way you love God. It's the way you love your mama. It's the way you love your children. It's your emotional quotient. It's your intellectual quotient. It's your physical discipline. That's what makes you great. And so that's why if everything was stripped from you right now, you will get it back times 10 because it's not on you. It's in you. That's what I'm tapped into. The day you plant the seed. And so it's you. You the seed. You the seed. They say, by their fruit shall you know them. And so your fruit will be the outcome. Not anything you wear or anything you have or anything you drive or anywhere you live. It's going to be your fruit. That's what I'm tapped into. Little 1090 radio. 1090 ratio. This lady got an apple in her hand. Ain't that nothing? This lady over here looking for something colorful. That might be an apple or an orange or a tangerine, but ain't shit on them fucking trees. Ain't shit on them fucking trees. Who's painting my white roses red? Or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like, bro. It's first of all, know what real fruit is. First of all, know what real fruit is, and then after you know what real fruit is, you're gonna know it's never nothing that you need to go out and buy or go out and purchase. It's always gonna be something that comes from within. This is what I'm tapped into. And then it'll start off as a tree, right? The apple don't fall too far from the tree and it'll become an orchard or a grove or whatever term you choose to describe a group of trees, a forest, whatever you like, the best of you. There's this energy about somebody holding on to something, whether it be like, I think you might feel like you need to like, they showing me somebody get a surgery. And I like to mind my business. But I feel like you might feel like you need to spend a lot of money to fit into something or to have something or to be successful. It could be for your career, right? Like, I can't be a model if I don't get this BBL. Whatever it is like that, know that that's not true. And it's your natural, authentic state that makes you beautiful. That's the best of you, okay? There's nothing that can be bought, sold, or traded. There are things that can be bought, sold, and traded that can enhance who you already are. But call it what it is. It's an enhancement. It's not you. You get what I'm saying? It's an enhancement. It's not you. And already in your natural state, there's something beautiful. Take action. Ace of Wands energy. I am so grateful for the opportunity. It got quiet. Did I say something wrong? I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Listen, there's nothing wrong with enhancing your beauty at all. Enhance it to the T. Make these niggas beg. You understand what I'm saying? But understand that you're beautiful without it as well. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share? She said it got quiet because we listening. Okay. Did I say something? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always saying something else. Trust me. Make these niggas big, but understand that even without all of that, even without all of that, those things, you still the shit. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Yeah. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good over the next 24 hours. Yeah, there's a lot about like fitting in, bro. Fitting in, sheeple. One thing you know, one of the warning signs with one of those like people who was talking like about the end of the world. One of the things they tell you is don't be in the crowds. Like one of the things you will hear is don't be in the crowds. And I don't think that when you hear like preppers or people who talk about the end of the world, when you hear them, they're not talking about like a horde of people. They're not saying don't be in the crowds like a pope, don't be on the interstate when something happens. They're saying don't have a herd mentality because the sheep, the herd is usually going to slaughter. When you think of farm, when you think of a farm animal, a cow, a sheep, or whatever it is like that, when they corralling them, they're usually taking them to the slaughterhouse to make them meat or make them soap or whatever they're about to do. So be aware of this crowd thinking. Be able to, this kind of gives you a compass rose, right? Be able to discern the direction you're going and whether or not that works out for you. The card says evil eye. They put a spell on you. Hell yeah. And it has to do with like I don't know the right term. The spell has to do with like herd mindedness, like that type of energy. Taking action, like lulling you off to sleep, like putting you in a frequency that makes you not want to take action. There's a lot that's been coming through for the collective about frequency wars. And I just feel kind of nervous talking about it. I don't know why. Shit, I'm a regular person, right? But there's a lot about things being broadcast to you. I don't know why they show me. If you've seen Demon Pop, K-pop Demon Hunters, then you see how when the girls sing and they send that like sonar over the land, but then when the demons sing, it sends a different type of frequency over the land, and it's this type of energy where they're broadcasting and beaming certain frequencies to kind of keep people in a docile mindset so that what you could and should be doing to protect yourself and protect your future and this land for your future generations you aren't doing. So be aware of it, like be aware of it, like, and be careful of that type of mentality and how we can adopt it or how it's propagated to us through these phones that we love so much, right? Case of the X, right? There's also a lot about history, the past, shit you already put an X on, the history tests you fail, right? Like it's like there's also this energy around about the past and about how time is secular. Hypnotic energies out here with case of the X, and how a lot of these people who like are projecting this energy and casting this energy onto a lot of the masses want to recreate things that have already happened. That's why it's so important to know who you are, know where you come from, and understand your past. Otherwise, it will repeat itself. This is what I'm tapped into, sitting on a pedestal. I mean, these people who have pedestalized themselves, right? These entities and energies that have pedestalized themselves and feel like they have some type of control, again, over the masses. That's what this feels like. And they don't want you to be in a frequency that gives you the courage or tenacity or fight trigger word to fight back. Divine feminine energies out here. They want you disconnected from your divine self. They want you disconnected from your divine self. And they want you disconnected from your divine self and like lull, like a lullaby. What it is, the little rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. They want you low. They don't want you realizing that motherfucking baby ain't supposed to be on the fucking treetop. And you need to hurry up and wake your ass up and get that baby down from that treetop because the bough is about to break and the baby gonna fall. Is this type of energy betrayed? Right? And so paper mache to look like something that's safe, paper mache to look like something that's acceptable, right? It's dangerous. And so be aware of these entities and these energies that want to lull you off to sleep. They want you and anybody who might take action to be lulled off to sleep. If you look at this orange energy, this orange is about like impulsive moves, like buy, 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 consume, 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 right? The blue is about making conscious decisions. So they heavy wants you disconnected from this ability to make conscious decisions. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. I guess y'all say, what was I doing when I was going like that? It's like you'll see some readers and their nose will start itching when they're channeling. So they're like these fibers. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but it's okay. They're like these fibers. You know, they have all these kind of nanotechnologies and stuff like that. They have these little, they look like fibers. They kind of look like the things that would come out of your clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Just little fibers that can be in the air or whatever it is like that. But they do look a little bit different. They kind of look more like a hair. If you have pets, it would look like a pet hair. But it could also look like a string from clothes, right? And it'll float in the air. And it'll get on your nose and it'll make your nose itch. Like constantly. And so when you're channeling, you're constantly having to it's a web. Is that what it is, Lisa? Damn, it's a web. So y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's a spiritual web. I thought it was like some type of like nanotechnology. No, I've paid attention to it. Now it could be spiritual. Now it very, 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 very so could be spiritual. But it's like a string or like a fiber. And it comes only when your channels are like pure. So it could be spiritual, and like when the channel is pure, it's like this magnetic pull. But I don't know, it's definitely a spiritual web. Okay. I'm gonna do some research on spiritual web because it definitely looks like a piece of a white web, and then it'll get on your nose and it'll make your nose itch. And I'll be seeing them. I be seeing them. We're gonna look into love. I don't see my deck that I used to do my singles reading with. So right now we're gonna look into love for couples. And then I'll find that other deck. It's only a small piece of the spider's web. It's not the whole web. It's just a piece of it. If it is a spider's web, right? I thought it was like a nanobot. I know the nanotech you're talking about is like a fiber of hair. I definitely thought it was nanotechnology. But whatever. It could be like Vesica Pisces. It could be like a little bit of both. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. You feel like a tweaker when it happens. Especially in like an open forum where you're reading on live and then there are like other people watching, and then it's in the matrix. Like after you broadcast it, it's out there. It's like for hundreds of years people are gonna see you scratching your nose like, what was that about? Give it time. If you're in love, if you're already in a partnership, right? Give is showing up significantly, literally. Give it time and give and receive. If you want peace, you have to be peaceful. If you want fun, be fun. If you want laughter, make laughter, create laughter, right? It's almost like you are putting it on the other person to make something happen when you have just as much, value to add to a situation or circumstance as they do. This card comes up, has been coming up all week, and maybe for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? In regards to the people who are in love. And I feel like if you're in love, you need to ask yourself, do you want to be in a traditional relationship? Because it's like you're looking for a reason. It's like somebody in a relationship is looking for a reason. Despite the fact that the partner is showing up in their human form with flaws, but really intentionally sincere in the relationship, this person is still on the skedaddle. They still want, sow their oats and some shit like that. They like to, they like to explore their options. Fear of failure. And it's like, bro, that desire, whether it's you or this partner, to always be exploring options is a fear of failure. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna get you before you get me. Before you can reject me, I'm gonna reject you. Before you can cheat on me, I'm gonna reject. I'm gonna cheat on you, right? It's like, bro, and your spirit team is like, bro, what you get, the hate you give, right? What you give out into the world is what you will receive. This is what I'm tapped into. And so, if you want a commitment, then be committed. You do it right. This person might not be doing it right, and there's always this probability, this chance, this percentage of this person not being fight, like having fidelity, being loyal, or whatever it is like that. But you don't be the disloyal one. You don't be the liar. You don't be the cheat. You don't be the deplorable, despicable one who's inviting all kind of spiritually and sexually transmitted disease into your relationship. Don't let it be you. If they gonna do it, then they gonna do it. And if they gonna be a dog, then that's them that's barking. But you don't be the one woof woof. That's what this is, time apart. And if you don't want it, then because it's been coming up all week. We've been having this conversation, right? If you don't want it, then that's okay. It's like sometimes a person could be a good person, and I read that earlier for another spread. A person could be a good person. They don't gotta have nothing wrong with them. They could be a good person and just not your cup of tea. And that's okay. And like, oh, what is such and such gonna say? And what is such and such gonna say? Or they wanted us to break up. Or they don't want us to be together. So you're not staying with this person because you want to stay with this person. You staying with this person to shut somebody up or to prove another person wrong. Sorry about that. Hell no. Overcoming challenges. When you ask me to look into the energy of the relationship and the partner, I feel like this person has fidelity and loyalty and they want to make this work with you. But when I also look into the energy, I see the energy of somebody who maybe don't want the same thing. You still want to explore your options. You might not be as ready to settle down, as ready to commit, because I'm tapped into the energy of somebody who's looking for a reason. And maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe that makes you feel safe. And I'm going to keep looking. And as long as I don't find one, we cool. But as soon as I'm find one, we out, right? Maybe that's your goal. Maybe that make you feel safe. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you knock and the door will be open. Seek and you shall find, right? What you focus your mind on, you attract into your life. So be aware of this. Falling in love. And I feel like you're scared to fall. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like you're scared to fall. I feel like because you've fallen in the past and it hurt and you had bruises, you don't want to fall again. And it felt like a failure. And giving and being vulnerable and sharing, that shit is scary because in the past you've been taken advantage of. But I keep telling you that they are not those people from the past, and this ain't that relationship from the past. They ain't them, and this ain't that. Okay? Let go of control. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you so much for allowing me in your energy. I sincerely appreciate the love and support. Where is the other tarot deck? 10 toes down. You be 10 toes down even if the other person ain't. Right? Like, I'm not going to be no deplorable, disrespectful individual because another person can't control their looks. 3 good shuffles. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, thank you so much for leaving a like. I appreciate your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. If I am saying something that helps, go ahead and leave a like. We right there. Okay, 12122 angel number. Thank you all so much for the likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your time, the energy, the love, and support. We're going to tap into what love, romantic love, and partnership is looking like for the singles. Let's see. Grand rising. What do you need to know most to walk your highest path out here for the greatest good? Procrastinate. That came up earlier in the week. And then too busy. There's this functional freeze. There's this almost like maybe you have a little bit of ADHD, right? Or something like that, where like you have all of these things that you want to do, but you find it difficult to do it. I think that your most powerful path is to develop systems. First of all, acknowledge your like lapses. Like, I want to do this shit, but I can't seem to do it. Like, you have to, like, if you're not going to go to therapy, then at least give yourself some type of therapy. That's what this feels like, right? So like, there are people who have similar struggles as you, and a lot of them have developed methods that because when you listen to normal people say, get a calendar and you write it down or some shit like that, that might not work for you because you have a different learning style, a different way of moving through life. Cool. There are other people who move through life similarly, maybe not the same, but if you pick up on their methods by simply doing a simple search on YouTube. There are people who have visual, you can even type it into Google if you prefer, or written, however you learn, right? You say, well, how are other people who struggle with my types of struggle able to maneuver life and create a stability and security in their life? And that's what's on this board. Not my type energy is out here with fear of cheating. Number one, the biggest obstacle that you're facing in regards to manifesting and materializing. I almost forgot we was talking about love. One of the biggest obstacles that you facing in regards to manifesting and materializing like divine life partnership is procrastination, right? Like, it's the ambiance that you'd like to create around yourself, right? Because this is what they showed me in my mind's eye. Right? Like a major transformation, like a makeover, right? But it was like, a Barbie doll or whatever it is like that. And she went like that, and then the deplorable conditions turned into your ideal situation, right? And now you can invite guests over and have company, and it's this type of energy. But it's like you're distracting yourself a lot of times, like the matrix is eating your soul, right? Like, you're distracting yourself, like a lot of times thinking about, maybe even doing research on what it is that you want to do. Like, I have Pinterest board after Pinterest board after Pinterest board, but these things need to come off of your Pinterest board and kind of create a reality. Not my type energy. Also, because you're not really like doing what you want to be doing in your mind, you're attracting people into your life that are based on what you're actually doing rather than what you see yourself doing in your mind. Fear of cheating. Not everyone cheats. You need to be open. You need to open your heart and trust your partner. And then hard to get. Fear of cheating and hard to get. And then there is this. This is what it feels like to me energetically. Okay, you see yourself like this, or you know that that's what you can be, but you're not necessarily going through the motions in order to be that thing that you can be, right? And so then when somebody approaches you on the level of where you are right now, because you could be procrastination and you could look like you on their level to them, and then you go, ew. Like, why are you liking me? Like, why did you even say anything to me? Because you see yourself as where you want to be, but you're not actually taking the steps or going through the motions to be there. So you're still attracting people based on the vibration that you no longer want to be on. That's the biggest impediment that I see. Untrue stories, right? People don't see you as you really are. And then a lot of times when you move into partnerships with people, because maybe you say, okay, this is cool, this is good enough, I can make this work. Then you move into partnership with people and they really get to know you, like your level of like the life that you really want, like the standard that you really hold for yourself and how you really expect things to be done. They retreat, they run away, because on the outside looking in, it didn't look like that's what the standard was you wanted. But then when you really started to move toward what you desired, you held them to a higher standard than they expected to be held to. This is what I'm tapped into, fixing them energies out here. Bob and Barbara ass. A fucking Bob and Barbara the builder. Is this type of energy. And then when it doesn't work, because I don't know, it's like those restaurants when they look shabby on the outside, but you go in, they have the best fucking food in the city. You get what I'm saying? Is this type of energy. So then when people realize, oh no, this is like a 5-star restaurant, I thought I was just getting some cheap takeout, they retreat. Is this type of energy. Lust, not love. People say, oh, this is a 5-star restaurant, I thought I was getting cheap takeout. I can't afford it, right? Is this type of energy, bro. Your most powerful path forward is developing systems, because I don't think that you kind of like accept it. Like, you might be aware of, but I don't think you really accept it, and then now are taking action on how you're going to maneuver through some of the way you think. It's mental shit, right? Like, you might have ADHD, or you might have other types of things going on with your mind. And so just having a calendar and just having an agenda is not going to work for you. You can write it down 50 times. That don't mean shit to you, right? You develop other methods. And if you don't know these methods, then typing in something like a cleaning checklist for ADHD, right? Or the methods for people who may be suffer with procrastination, right? Like, really doing research that is catered to you, just like they do this, just like they market sales to you, that's catered to you. Really doing research that's catered to you, so you can develop the methods that you need to maneuver through this life, is going to be the most powerful path forward. Because people don't see who you are until they get close enough to you, and then when they realize who you are, they back off because they didn't know that they was getting so much. Is this type of energy too much? I just work here. I like it. I, I do. I like it. I just feel like you need to stop procrastinating. And that's hard if you have this, if this is like a mental blockages, right? Like a functional freeze. You know what I mean? Like looking at all the things you wanted to do, and because it's overwhelming, you feel like you can't do anything. Okay, that's kind of like a mental thing. You need support with that. Not all the time can you do it by yourself, and so then give yourself that support. I am so grateful for you. You're supposed to be too much. What do they want? Just a little, just enough? If they think you too much, tell them go get just enough. Hell, too much? What is that? I didn't even know you could have. That's like too much money. You got too much damn money. What? Too much? What? You know you got too much damn time on your hand. You got too much freedom. It's just too much. You got too much beauty. You got too much beauty. What? That don't even fucking exist. We're gonna do earth, air, fire, water, but we're gonna use the Bible deck. Tell them you can't ride this ride, D. Go ahead and find list. Thank you. Go ahead and find list. Who we doing? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You got rainbow mouthed overwhelmed people. You should feel every time somebody gets overwhelmed, you should be like, it should just, square your shoulders a little bit more. They're overwhelmed. You should go in your head, right? Round of applause, baby, make that ass clap. Blah, blah. Drop it to the floor, make that ass clap. Blah, blah. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. This is for Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Seven of Pentacles energy is the first card out. It's going to take some time. Still other seed fell on good soil where it produced a crop 160-30 times what was sown. What was sown. So it's like God is giving you more than what you expect. The results are going to be better than you had expected. But this is about Seven of Pentacles is about patience. Patience, patience. Oh yeah, it's going to take some time. And then this card says Knight of Cups, young David. David took a harp and played with his hand, so Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. There's this energy of when you were young. When we were young. Justice card energy is out here. Like, it was like this, that part of the Bible was, David was a young warrior. It was after he slew Goliath, and he went to become a soldier for the tribe of Israel. He fought under Saul's siege, and he was a good warrior. And Saul became jealous of David. And because Saul became jealous of David when he was young, David would play the harp for Saul. David wouldn't be combative or be disgruntled, right? Like it was like this ass kissing type of energy, right? Where he would play the harp every time Saul would get an attitude or da 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 da. He had this gift. He was a very spiritually blessed individual. The harp is the piano, upright, right? He would pluck the strings for Saul, and it would quell his evil spirit. Justice card energy is out here. Now that makes me feel like you done been on the mountain. You done talked to God, and you got some commandments now. You got some laws. It's some boundaries. It's some ordinances. It's some declarations and decrees over there now. Five of Wands energy is out here. And now, because you're in this space, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, to where you have boundaries, people are wanting to throw you away. The card says, this is Joseph. Joseph and his jealous brothers, come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. His brothers agreed. And so Joseph's sin was what? Telling his brothers his dream. He talked a lot. And because they felt like he was a talk a lot, or he thought he was more or better than them, that was offensive to them. And they sold him into slavery. And I feel like because you feel like you want people to, for it to be mutual respect, to not have to like bend the knee and kiss people's ass because they have a negative energy. It's like people that want to, like, sell you into slavery. They want to, whatever, like, as long as you was bending over, so to say, bowing down and playing the strings to their anger and their attitude, it was all good. But now that you kind of set some boundaries, see who you are, you know who you are, you've been to the mountain and talked to God, they want to sell you into fucking slavery. But that act of betrayal is what God used to put him right hand in the Pharaoh. But 5 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, it took time. It was a process that he had to go through. The King of Swords, it says the judgment of Solomon. The king gave his ruling: give the living baby to the first woman. Do not kill him. She is his mother. So it feels like you're making decisions. You're operating in your wisdom, right? You're not just aware of certain things, because I feel like you've been aware of things, David. Joseph energy, you've long time been aware since a youth, but you operating in the wisdom that you have. And it was people who was benefiting off of this, like people pleasing or whatever it was, bowing energy, and you're not doing that no more, and they might want to throw you away. The Queen of Cups has been a very recurring energy in the collective energy, and the Queen of Cups has to do with being tapped in, tuned in, and turned up. Queen of Cups, high priestess to the Most High. The card says Hannah, mother of faith. I prayed for this child, girl, my eyes. I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted me what I asked for. So now I give him to the Lord for his whole life. He will be given to the Lord. And that's Hannah. Hannah is Samson's mother. Hannah is Samson's mother, and the reason why Samson had so much strength. So you accepting these commandments and operating in your wisdom is helping you to, give strength or bestow strength to others. And like energetically to me, based on like the stories that are presenting themselves, it's like as you heal your inner child, and recognize your people pleasing ways, you're able to operate in God's wisdom. And because you're able to operate in God's wisdom, two angel number, it's like you're being given some type of hierarchy in regards to the laws of the Lord, or the command of God, right? Because Hannah prayed and believed and had faith in God, she was able to give birth to Samson, who was very powerful and effective in regards to helping the children of Israel on their plight, even though there was sacrifice involved in it. King of Wands is out here. The King of Wands says, I have been with you wherever you have gone and have cut off all your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great like the names of the greatest men on earth. This is King David. So this was young David. Come on, speak spirit. This was young David when he was bowing down, and this was King David when God said, I was with you then. I've been with you since then, and I know where I'm taking you is this type of energy. And it's like God saying, God has been with you in all of those spaces where you maybe had to do these things that look like people pleasing and bowing in order to survive, especially if you grew up in a narcissist family paradigm. This is young David. What else was he going to do? Where else he was going to go, right? So it's like this energy of like the situations and the circumstances that you went through being the birth of your strength or the birth of your connection with the divine. High priestess energy is out here with justice, and the Queen of Cups as well. Give me one more card. Thank you. The card says Two of Pentacles. This has been showing up a lot. Queen of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Like investing in your spirituality, in your spiritual gifts, investing time, resources in your connection with God will pay off in ways that you could never even imagine. The card says Lydia, faithful businesswoman. One of those listening was a woman from the city of Thyatira named Lydia, a dealer in purple cloth. She was a worshiper of God. And then when you operate in your wisdom of God, then you might feel like people might cast you out, like Joseph and his brothers did, right? People might cast you out, but everywhere you go, you will meet people of God who are in powerful positions that will bestow blessings upon you because they don't see you, they see God in you. That's what I'm tapped into. Because sometimes we be wondering like, well, how am I do this and how am I do that? That lizard on the screen again. We wonder how am I do this and how am I do that and how am I do the other thing. Shit, God already got it planned out and orchestrated. This is what I'm tapped into. Ace of Cups. Because you're drinking from a well, you've drank from the well that will never let you thirst again. It says Samaritan woman at the well. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life. And so, because you're operating in divine wisdom, there may be people who feel like they're going to cast you out. But God will never let you be thirsty or never let you be hungry again. And them casting you out is leading you to being right hand to the Pharaoh. Overflow, for sure. 301's energy is out here. So God is actually like leading you, like really, really making it easy for you to go down a path. You see how it's real easy to follow this path? Really, really making it easy for you to go down a path. The Lord has said to Abram, go from your country, your people, your father's household to a land that I will show you, call of Abram. And there's this card out here, King of Wands energy is out here, 3 of Wands, King of Wands, that's 4 of Wands, 11, make a wish, that said God is with you, has been with you, and is with you now, and will be with you wherever you go. That's what I'm tapped into. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. That was Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let me know how that resonated for you. It's going to take some time. And there are going to be some challenges. But just like God was with you when you overcame the challenges in the past, God is with you as you're overcoming the challenges you face today. And God will be with you when you overcome the challenges that you're going to face tomorrow. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Lazarus. There go Lazarus. Hey, Lazarus. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Y'all know Lazarus. He up there. That's going to be out. That's going to be our fucking logo. Lazarus. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm sharing something to help. Everybody say, hey. What is the most important message for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? What does Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Creation of a living being. Fool card at the bottom of the deck. Like, it's like 5150 head first. I didn't know another way to say it. It's like jumping off the porch. It's like making a decision about what you will become. And like, excuse me, let me breathe. When you make a decision about what you want to become, there's this foresight of all of the challenges that you will face. Like you'll hear people saying, I can't do this because I don't have that, right? And when you like make a decision about what you are going to become, you have those thoughts as well. You think, well, what am I going to do when I get to this point? Well, what am I going to do when I get to that point, right? But there's also this like resolute energy that's like, who cares? I'll figure it out at that point, right? Like, you know what your most powerful tool is at this time? Cross that bridge when you get there. You're right. You're right. There are going to be challenges that you're facing. At this point in time, at this point in the journey, there are things that you don't have that ultimately you will need as you continue down your path. You are so fucking right. You don't have every pair of shoes that you will wear to all of your interviews in life. No, but as you continue to go and you continue to grow forward, you will accumulate those things that you need along the way. That's going to be your most powerful path forward. The moon card energy is out here with the chariot card. Like, don't let your fears, the 3 major arcanas coming out, right? Don't let your fears stop you from like taking on this path. You're right. Angels and demons. This is when what his name was, Jacob had the dream. I told y'all, Jacob walked with a limp because his nuts was heavy. God in the Bible, you got to go read the book. Didn't the Bible say that Jacob put his head on the stone? He had a dream that angels was descending. He wrestled with God. He wrestled with God all night. He won, but his hip got dislocated. So after that, he walked with a limp. They say I walk with a limp because my nuts heavy. I like it from the back, hold your butt steady. Chariot card energy is out here. So you're right. As you wrestle with who you are becoming and you overcome these challenges, there will be aspects of yourself that say, okay, you're going to have to say, God did that. That's why. Why does God dislocate Jacob's? Because he wanted to let Jacob know, I could have ended you, but I'm letting you go forward because where you're going, I need you to go there. Is this type of energy. 3 major arcana. plus one pull. The Nine of Cups energy is out here. And surprisingly enough, where God is sending you versus where you think you want to go is what's actually going to bring you fulfillment. The Feast of Purim. At the time when the Jews got relief from their enemies, as the month when the sorrows was turned into joy and their mourning into a day of celebration. The Spirit is saying, weeping may endure for a night. Ain't that how I go? Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. That's what I'm tapped into. Page of Cups energy is out here, and God is calling you. When the light get to shine on the sea, when the light get to shine on the sea, it called me. And no one knows how far it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me. And one day I'll know. She didn't even know how to drive a boat. That girl ain't even know how to drive a boat when she motherfucking hit that water. But she hit that water because it was calling her. And that's what this is. It's a calling. Page of Cups with the Nine of Cups. It's 10 cups. That's actually leading you to fulfillment because it's God's voice that's calling you. This says Samuel, the boy prophet. The Lord came and stood there calling, as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel said, speak, for your servant is listening. So it's a calling. God is calling you to fulfillment. And there will be plights along the way and fights, right? But remember that Jacob walked with a limp because his nuts was heavy, and you're going to have some heavy ass nuts so you can take this first step. That's what I'm tapped into. The Judgment card, and it is out here with this understanding as you begin to take this first step that is host. You know that word that we say in the Bible? Heavenly host. That's what they talk about when they say you got Venus in the 4th house and Mars in the 3rd house. It's in the Bible. They say you got heavenly host. You got angels that come in front of you and demons that come behind you. Look at you. Going all the way back to Adam and Eve, going all the way up to your grandest descendant. They coming in front of you. They in front of you. They going in front of you and they coming behind you. You understand what I'm saying? You got heavenly hosts that's on your side, right? In order to make sure that you can, as long as you moving toward the voice that's calling you, that you can arrive. They making sure of that shit. They making sure that as long as you moving toward the calling of the voice that you hear, you're going to get there. I'm talking about, and God already orchestrated it. Is this type of energy. Queen of Cups energy is out here, been showing up. Sorry, it says Queen of Wands. Deborah, prophetess and leader. Now, Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapido, was leading Israel at that time. What is that? Touch not my anointed. Huh? What the Bible say? It say prophetess, right? Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So yeah, you're gonna have some wrestles. You're gonna have some night terrors and stuff like that. It's gonna be some mornings. You're gonna be up at 3 o'clock and like, God, what did you want with me? I was trying to get some sleep. Yeah, because you're wrestling with God, but you're gonna walk with a limp because your nuts heavy because that thing calling. That's what I'm tapped into. Queen of Pentacles energy is out here. So she sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Proverbs 31 lady. And I'm talking to, a feminine collective. You could be a man, but you're operating in your nurturing, kind, generating, healing energy is out here. And you might feel like you ain't ready yet. When the light get to shine on the sea, you might feel like you ain't ready yet, like Jesus when he was at that feast. You might feel like you ain't ready yet. The wedding at Cana, the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine, and it was the best wine that he had tasted. You might feel like you ain't ready, but God said you are. Mary said, Jesus, do that little thing. I know you know how to do. Do that little thing you do. Jesus said, I ain't ready yet. Mary said, do that thing. I know you do. Jesus loved his mother. He wasn't Joseph's original. Everybody knew that Jesus wasn't Joseph's child. If y'all think that wasn't common knowledge back then. Everybody knew that. So he had a real close relationship with his mother. And he also had some proclivities and preferences that made him a little bit of shun too in the community. So he had a real close relationship with his mother because his mother protected him and all of that. And then just like God protecting you when you're ready, even though you know you ain't ready, and sometimes God is pushing you into situations and circumstances just like he did Jacob, because if God don't push you into those situations and circumstances, then you will never go. 10 of Cups is where you're going to. Ever grateful. Tara. Go ahead and do that thing. You can imagine how his mother asked him, right? I try to visualize it. Imagine they was at a wedding, that it was his mama friend, right? And they ran out of wine. That's embarrassing. That's that ain't of class. So you imagine how he asked, go ahead, Jesus. Imagine how she asked him. Imagine how Mary asked Jesus. Mary, her name Mary. His name Jesus. Joshua. His name Joshua. Joshua. Come here. Because you know they were friends. You know they was his mama, but that was his friend. Mama, come in and do that thing. Joshua. Joshua. Do the thing. He's like, Mama. You know how your mama make you sing at Christmas? Come on, sing your song. I see you singing it in the bathroom. You sing it real good. I want you to sing it for your auntie. Your auntie don't come down here all the time. I want your auntie to sing it. That's how, I guarantee you that's how he was. And Jesus said, they say, oh, Jesus. After that, Joshua started his ministry. He said, I'm ready. He said, I'm going on my path. When the light get to shine on the sea, it called me. Don't worry about what you feel like you too old for, or what you feel like you too young for, or what you feel like your leg hurt for, or your knee hurt for. Just know that God calling you into something. That's what I'm tapped into. What it is, Taryn? Tam, I said Taryn. I thought it was Taryn. The Lord had says to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to a land that I will show you. The call of Abram. When the light get to shine on the sea, it called me. In the Bible, the Bible says that God will make a nation that had not known you. God will make you a ruler over a nation that didn't know you. Your people in your home, your people in your hometown, the people where you grew up, the people of Nazareth can't see your power. They don't got no faith in you. I'll take you to a place that you ain't never even been before and nobody can even pronounce your name and make you great. That's what God can do for you. You got to answer that calling. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share a gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so we can. You was calling her Tom. Hey man, we know he was T. Showing his time. Showing the fuck is. Girl, I'm gonna tell you how these contacts got that R, that M. These contacts got that M turned into that R and that N. And it say Tarn. So I thought your name was Taryn. That M look like two letters and it's a R-N. See, I just work here. I'm telling you. That M turned into an R and an N. See, so how could I have ever been normal? You see how it did it and I ain't make it do it? Now, how could I have went to school and been normal? And somebody telling me, oh, this is this. And I'm saying, no, that's that. And they like, this is this. No, that's that. No, this is this. No, that's that. And then somebody walk in and do something and then it turned into something. Told you. Like, bitch, you. Get away from her. That ain't right. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Who turn it is? We did Libra, Aquarius. We all need glasses. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Right? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Thank you for the super chat, baby. I appreciate you. I love you so much. It helps me so much. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me in your energy. I appreciate the love and support. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. Double tap that screen, leave a like. You guys are awesome and amazing. The Six of Cups in reverse. The card says, when Jesus and the children, when Jesus saw this, he was indignant. Okay. See, Jesus, that's what I'm saying. His name was Joshua, first of all. If you was to transliterate what his name was to what it would be spoken as today, his name was Joshua. Mama name was Mary. Okay? And when Jesus saw this, he was indignant. He got a look with him. And he said to his disciples, let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these. It's a lot. Your inner child. Knight of Wands energies out here. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua. Ooh, ba-doop, doop. Joshua. Where is it? You see it? Joshua, leader of faith. Your inner child is like, it's like almost like somebody told you, don't cry, be strong. We don't cry. You know, like that's what it feels like to me energetically. And like you've told yourself in some way, shape, or form, like your inner child, like that playfulness or idyllic energy is bad or wrong or weak is probably the best word, and that's not true. That idyllic nature is where your strength actually lies. And that idyllic nature is what will give you the access to the kingdom of heaven, because children have faith. You know, because if they didn't have faith, the world would suck for them so bad. If 6 years old didn't believe one day that they would be able to drive, if they didn't believe one day that they would be tall enough to play basketball, if they didn't believe one day that they could count their own money and have their own bank accounts, then the world would suck for them so bad. And they likely would not, their bodies, their vessels, their souls would likely try to leave their vessels before, you know, they got to an age to where they could. And it's this type of energy where you've like stunted an aspect of your spiritual growth because this optimism has been like stunted or shunned. That's how this feels. And you're telling yourself it's strong, or this is maturity, right? This is adulthood. But this adulthood is kind of is reckless or destructive, Knight of Wands energy, because it doesn't have that compassion that will come from that idyllic, I believe that things can get better nature. And so it's important for you, Moon card energy is out here, to tap into your inner child, but also to deal with the aspect of yourself, the subconscious that has you like feeling like that aspect of yourself is bad or wrong or weak. Is probably the best word. Knight of Swords energy is out here with the Knight of Wands. 12, angel number, right? Your thoughts produce a reality. Your thoughts create a character. Your character direct your destiny. Yes. And so if you have these thoughts, then it's like the world that you're creating where these types of almost like optimisms are shunned would be like not a happy world to live in, right? Like it's like you taking. Have you seen those? Like it's like a Disney Channel movie where it's a bunch of fae. It's a bunch of fae. And they took all of the color out of the cartoon. It was something about the Fae, and the Fae was like some dark Fae took over, and they took all of the color away from the land. Like maybe they put a frost over it or something like that, right? And they like did something during the spring, and it was supposed to be springtime, but it was frosty or it was like all gray. Is this type of energy where the way that you're operating or the modality, like the confusion, the difficulty, like the way it's been misinterpreted in regards to the modalities that you're operating is going to create an outcome for you that like lacks color. That's what this feels like. The high priest energy is out here, right? And remember that the high priest had ephod, a chest plate that was packed full of crystals, right? So there's this whimsical element or aspect of the life that you're creating that I feel like in some way, shape, or form has been like degraded, like somebody told you don't be weak, don't cry or something like that, and now you think that every time you want to have faith or be optimistic or play, laugh, have fun a little bit, lighten up, loosen up, it's like, you know, it feels like, no, if I do that, I'm gonna fuck something up, you know, like you gotta it reminds me of Bran, ain't that his name on Trolls? Bran, his gray blue ass is this type of energy. That's what's on this board. The Empress energy is out here with the High Priest. But in the kingdom of heaven, there is color. You know what I mean? And so remember that the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as have a heart as a children of God. And like that has a lot to do with faith and like optimism. And so be careful of the thought forms that you're operating under, the strongholds that are sucking the color out. That's what this feels like. And it has something to do with mommy issues, or it could be the absence of your mother. Like, and how, because mom wasn't there, you had to kind of develop a thicker skin or a tougher skin, or kind of move through life without feeling like you had somebody to go to and cry. You know, who would say, "Oh, it's gonna be all right, baby." Who wouldn't just be like, or maybe you had one of those mothers that was like, "Stop fucking crying." Da 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 da. But whatever it is, it's important for you to heal that aspect of yourself so that you can get closer to the kingdom of heaven. Ten of Cups energy is out here. It's mom wounds. Excuse me. He will be a joy and a delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth. Ten of Cups, Elizabeth and Zachariah's joy. Yeah, mom's wounds. Maybe mom not wanting a child, or mom acting like she not wants a child, or mom not knowing how to nurture, or be like this Holy Mother, Holy Mary, Mother of God. Pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Is this type of energy? Larry. Girl, Larry done turned to the side and looking at me. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. This is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo's reading. Don't create a future for yourself that doesn't have color. You need to tap in and tune into your inner child. It feels like your inner child was like you didn't get to really have or explore or experience a childhood. Yes? And so give yourself that. Like, you be the person that gives yourself the space and opportunity to have a real childhood. And don't equate like playfulness or joy. Don't make that a weakness. You know what I mean? Make that, like, you know how they say the best things in life are free? Make that one of those things in life that you can always tap into that are free. The Bible says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. You understand that? So you think that joy and playfulness and this carefree or lighthearted energy is a weakness, but the Bible says that that will be your strength. So the aspects of yourself that have been taught to not play or not have fun or not joke around or not be whimsical or fairy-like in some way, understand how that is really taking you away from your divine path. It's like heal the mother wound. That's what this feels like. Four of Swords energy. And after the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after fire came a gentle whisper. Elijah's retreat into silence. And remember that God speaks in a still, small, quiet voice, right? And so a lot of times what happens is how it'll show up in our life is the things that we complain about. Why they laughing so loud? Why they having so much fun over there? You know what I mean? Be aware of those energies and how your subconscious is trying to speak to you out loud. Okay? Five of Cups energy is out here. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need, the prodigal son. And remember that you can always go home, to your spiritual home and to your heavenly Father. And God will always provide for you in every moment. Once you repent and you retreat, the Most High will always provide. It's this type of energy. Hell yeah, the world card energies out here. When you create this new Jerusalem, don't forget all the colors that God used. There's a part in the Bible where God goes through, he's talking about like this new Jerusalem that he's creating, and he talks about colors that we haven't seen yet. Like God talks about using colors that we haven't even seen yet. And so don't forget to add color is what feels like the most important message. Girl, we're going to get some paraffin wax. We're going to get some paraffin wax. You know what I do? I use, though, that I feel like has been better than the pumice stone for my foot. But if you got to be careful with it, because if you rub too much, you can, like, bruise your foot. That glass, what is it called? It's some type of micro glass foot. It's not a blade. It's like a pumice stone. It's a rubber, but it's not pumice. It's like, you would think that it wasn't gonna do anything because it looks like nothing when you open it out of the package, but when you actually use it, it works really good. It has my feet very smooth. It's a micro glass or something like that. Yeah, they have been like on this neutral palette kick. You know what I'm talking about? Pink Tarot. What is it called? I want to be like you, like, oh, no. He's gonna come over there to you. water soaked and the concrete outside. Tam is coming with us. Tam, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pick you up first. We gonna get Tam and take Tam to the paraffin wax, lady. Brillo pad top. Y'all are really, really, really taking me to places I don't want to go. It's like a micro glass or something like that. I can't think of the name of it right now. I know my hands ashy. I know my hands ashy while we talking about this. Talking about some paraffin wax. Need to go today. Need to go today. So, save the best for last. Face ass is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? On a good Friday. Save the best for last. Face ass is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. She said facts. What is the most important message? What do we need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Yeah, you can get one for $9.99 too. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is the first card out. He says, then he said to them, watch out, be on guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist of an abundance of possessions, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Parable of the rich fool. Four of Pentacles energy is out here with the Page of Pentacles. That's for 5 Pentacles, but the card, that's an 11. The page is 11, so it's 6 in this deck. 4 plus 2 is 6. He began to speak boldly in the synagogues. When Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they invited him into their home and explained to him the way of God more adequately. It has to do with how God will provide sustenance. What I'm noticing, or I guess what I'm tapped into, is how my stomach was affected as I was reading the scripture, tapping into your energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. 4 of Pentacles, which the Page of Pentacles would normally read as a 5 Pentacles, but in this deck is 6 Pentacles, right? And so I feel like you're wondering, like, if I do what God is telling me to do, how am I going to eat? Or how am I going to be able to create a lifestyle? And when people hear, like almost like crowdfunding energy, when people see what you're trying to do, when people understand the mission that you're on, there are going to be people who are already been placed along the path who are going to want to support you in your way. This is what I'm tapped into. 3 of Pentacles. But a lot of you are too far ahead. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, like you at the bridge that, you know what I mean? You like, there's a toll, let's say there's a toll bridge on the path that you're traveling, and you're 2 days away, a 2-day drive away from the toll bridge, and you're like, but we don't have the toll, bro. By today or tomorrow, we done got that toll. Let's just keep moving toward the bridge. Is this type of energy. 3 of Pentacles energy. As for this temple you are building, if you follow my decrees, observe my laws, and keep my commandments, and obey them, I will fulfill through you the promise I gave to David your father, building Solomon's temple. And so you need to focus on what God is telling you to do. And when you do what God is telling you to do, God fulfills the promise that God made to the forefathers who came before you. Because many of you, a lot of y'all don't even know y'all tribes and where you would come from in regards to the children of Israel. But you children descended from David, or descended from prophets, descended from the priest, and this type of energy. The chariot card energy is out here. Pharaoh's pursuit. So your spirit team is saying that no, like Moses didn't know how he was going to cross the Red Sea with Pharaoh behind him. When he got to the Red Sea, the water split. Is this type of energy. Just get to where God is directing you to, and understand that God is going to handle your problems as long as you arrive at them. This is what I'm tapped into. There was a prophecy that the Son of God would come riding into town on the donkey. When Jesus was preparing for his crucifixion, he knew that there would be a man there with a donkey. He told one of his disciples, or he told some random person actually, tell the man to let me use his donkey. It's already there for you. If you, as long as you're doing what God is telling you to do, the things that you will need to show up, how God is telling you to show up, will be there because God already got it orchestrated. Is this type of energy? Two of Cups energy is out here, and Jonathan made a covenant with David. David, because he loved him, and it's like God is like, I already made a promise to you. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, the Most High is saying, God, that God already made a promise to you. The King of Swords energy is out here. And when you hold up your end of the contract, then the Most High is going to hold up theirs. The King gave his ruling. Give the living baby to the first woman. Do not kill him. She is the mother. The judgment of Solomon. And because Solomon asked for wisdom, and not all of the other things. The Four of Pentacles was the first card out, right? Because Solomon asked for wisdom, God gave him everything and more. That's what I'm tapped into. The Star of Bethlehem. The Star of Bethlehem energy is out here with the King of Pentacles. This is probably how you see yourself right now, right? David in his youth, bowing on your knees, trying to figure out how you're going to calm the spirits, the negative spirits of the entities of the people in the people who are around you, right? How you gonna calm the negative spirits that's in them, and you won't even realize where God is taking you. The card says, so Pharaoh said to Joseph, I hereby put you in charge of the whole land of Egypt. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I appreciate your time, your energy, your love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's get one more message. Did we use this deck already? What deck haven't we used? Did we use this deck? Let's get one more message for the collective as you all go out and enjoy. Ouch. All go out and enjoy your weekends, Friends Day, and the rest. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. There are a lot of people who don't want you to know, or maybe trying to like beat around the fact that they're jealous of your beauty. For some of you, jealous of your magnetism. Give me some more energy. Caught in the act. Over the next like 48 hours for sure, 818 angel number, there's gonna be this, stark. You're gonna like see a mirror version of yourself. Like you're gonna see a clone, like you're gonna see a copycat. I feel like your most powerful path forward is to handle it with grace. Like at least for the past 3 days, I've been tapped into the energy of they copy you because you're getting it right. Like I feel like your most powerful path forward is to handle it with grace. I feel like people are really looking for a reason to be able to like tear you apart or rip you apart or so-called cancel you. You know what I mean? They want to be able to say that you think you all that. Does that make sense? Like they want to be able to say that you think you all that, right? Based on like, but mind you, they do look to you for inspiration and will not like acknowledge that they look to you for inspiration. I feel like don't give them the satisfaction of, that clickbait energy is out here. I just read the energy. I feel like don't give them the satisfaction of that. Like don't feed into it. Just say, you can say something so quirky like, oh my God, I love your shirt. It looks familiar. Or whatever it is like that. You know what I mean? Just kind of like acknowledge it, move on. Don't let it compel you. Don't let it control you. Don't let it be like a spell, like where all of a sudden you're like seething with this type of energy. Nah, that's probably what they want. Rumor mongering energy, right? Like I said, they want to be able to say you think you all that. Scratch and post energies out here with homelessness, rather than kind of being like, well, up until now, like up until they had come into your energy, they had been like settling for less, like just not really caring about a lot of things that they see you care about. And now coming into contact with your energy makes them want to get their hair done and get their nails done. Or go get a paraffin wax. So it's like just appreciate it, right? Like just understand that you're getting it right. That's what this feels like. Victim mentality energies out here with milking it dry. Heavy on, if you were to say something like 5155 angel number, if you were to say something like, especially if you said it emotionally, right? But if you were to say something like, I know what you're doing, then that would just be these heifers. That would just be something that they could say, that they could use as fuel. Like, this bitch, I always think somebody copied her. Everybody wear this. Everybody do that. It would just be fuel that they would use just in the most almost like Mean Girls, Elle Varner way. You acknowledge it, right? Like, oh, cute shoes. They look familiar, right? Like that's gonna be your most powerful path forward, right? Oh, you got a paraffin wax. I remember we having a conversation about that. Whatever it is like that, right? Disappointments, right? Like don't give them the satisfaction. Let them know that it's thorough, that it's authentic, that it's in and on you. Oh, you know how we came into the session and it was like, it's not on you, it's in you, right? And then for this reading, they like it's in and it's on you. Okay, I like that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. And then from that perspective, it's called syncretism. In alchemy, the term that they use to describe this thing is called syncretism. And they like talk about like sieges and wars, and like if my kingdom came and took over your kingdom, then naturally we would merge spiritual practices. And then if that kingdom that was once taken over by another kingdom later, years later, went into another kingdom and took it over, then that same thing would happen. It's called syncretism. And so this effect that you're having will only happen on people who's on the same frequency as you. And there are people who are wrestling with God and wrestling with who they're becoming. Well, just understand that people are copying you because you're getting it right. All praise to the Most High. Put on my Amazon wish list. Okay, I'm nervous. I don't know. I'm not a birthday person. I have unhealed trauma around birthdays. So just think of me. Wish me a little silent happy birthday, and that'll mean the world to me. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Be powerful on purpose, wholeness. Infinite waters flowing through you.